Take two and action. Yeah, I have no idea what happened. I don't lose service like anywhere in my on my property. In fact, my Wi-Fi goes down quite a ways down the road before it disconnects. So I don't know what happened. I was just in my driveway, so it tripped out a little bit. Bam! Man, it feels good to be back. That was fun. That was really cool. Those kids are crazy. All kinds of ages. From literally, there was infants there. No, I didn't have to. No. Looks like this might need to be cleaned. 1 second here. I'm getting some starring of the lights. There we go. It was light was like going boing off the light. But infants to like 20s, you know, I think the oldest kid age that I heard was like maybe 22. Hello from Russia, yes. But yeah, there was a couple kids in my group. It was me. There was 3 leaders in our group, and if my comment will be deleted, this was moderator. Let me get to the show all messages just for V. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about there. Okay, never mind. I will. Never mind. Never haven't. You know. But like I was saying, there was I don't know who all it was, but there was a couple kids that were like not showering, you know. And yeah, I had a long weekend. And today I woke up and I probably didn't smell it because I was in the room marinating all night. But I got up at 6, went out, took a shower, and then when I came back into the room, to put my towel up and whatever, I just got punched in the face by like unshowered bodies, I won't get too descriptive, but it stunk in there pretty bad. and me and one of the other leaders were pretty cool with each other. We talked a lot, and that came up in conversation. How much do I sleep? What's the deal here, man? I'm assuming you're trying to say that I look tired. I'm tired, man. You know, I just spent a weekend with like 100 screaming kids. As a camp leader. It was it was fun, zip lines and um, you know, but it was going from 6 in the morning till 11 at night, and there was all kinds of activities planned, and it was busy the whole time. And when there wasn't scheduled activities, we all had to go to meetings and stuff like that. And so yeah, I'm tired, but whatever. That's life. That's life, dude. you know Pussies take naps. 17 people in here, drops to 2. What do you think I said? 6 to 11. Well, I just happened to wake up at 6. The stuff didn't start until 8. So I'd wake up at 6, run, go and take a shower, and then I was just 17. I've seen it higher, but what's funny is like that's normally like when I first turn it on. Like when you first go live, you kind of get put in towards the top, I'm guessing, of like the live feed. And then depending on how many people stay, how long they stay, and how many comments you get, the algorithm will figure out where you go in like um, the hierarchy, if you will, And so I've had, 20, 25 people in here, nothing crazy, nothing to brag about. But like there'll be that many people in here and no one will be saying anything, you know, nobody. It's funny. It's like I'll just have like until, um one of the regulars come in here and they're like, hey, what's going on? It's like, I don't know, just chilling, just getting stared at by a bunch of weirdos. you know like last time that was happening, I kind of started making fun of him. I was like, I want you imagine what it would be like if people in like real life behaved like people did on live. you know like you'd be at work, doing whatever you do at work, and there was just like 20 people off to the side, just like, you know just staring at you. you know or like you're in the backyard mowing your lawn and there's like 20 people, just popped over the fence, and the instant you like acknowledge them, like, so hey, they just like, they just hide or leave, or like the conversations that get started. Somebody will come in and ask a question and they don't even stay for the answer. you know just imagine if people acted like that. Like, hey, how's your day going? Oh, what a fucking weirdo. Hey, what's going on, Julio? Right. it's it's a trip, you know. Yeah, I couldn't really engage in any of the conversations, that were going on in the Discord and shit. But I was looking at them all. Some of that shit was pretty funny. Like the one picture that actually made me laugh my ass off was like the picture of the two gay guys, and they're all just like holding each other, and the caption is like, just three gay dudes staring at each other. Yeah, that's crossed my mind. But other things have crossed my mind too. It's that because what would be better would be for them to engage in conversation if they're that lonely. And so I kind of think that it's a lot of kids that haven't really developed conversation skills yet, or people that are so shy that they're they don't even want to talk to someone that can't even see them, or people that don't even speak the language and they're just looking, you know they don't know they don't know what's being said. They're just, you know I don't know, they're just looking. There's no reason for them to say anything because they don't know. But it also hasn't stopped people before too. I've seen a bunch of chicken scratching here, you know yeah, I've seen that too, the spamming, just a bunch of letters. But I've got a few mods in here that literally don't tolerate like any nonsense. They like if there's any stupidness, they just ban them. Where a lot of the stuff doesn't really bother me too much. They do, or some do, just chilling. I Did I miss something? Sir, it's dangerous. We don't know what will happen tomorrow with our health. You don't know what will happen tomorrow with your health? What am I from? I don't know how to answer that. Get wristband here. I mean, I have some ideas on how to answer what I'm from, but am I gay? Do I like pineapple on pizza? My wife does, but I'm not gay. But yeah, it's good to be home. Good to be back home. I mean, it was fun and everything, but I like home. I noticed when I got home that my vape was on my wife's side of the bed. So she's been vaping. No cap. Ooh. That's a very defining word. You just put yourself in a box there, homie. Can you do something, man? You know that's bad. Of you, vape is bad. she just left a little while ago. I'm guessing she's only working a few hours today. Okay, I'm from Indonesia. Nice to meet you. Right on, dude. Indonesia's cool. Never been there, but I've met quite a few people from there. And, you know, there's good and bad everywhere. Man of you, vape, you need help. Man, not cool. Sure. I think I get what you're trying to say. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I miss my wife pretty bad. Um, I wasn't away from her long. Yeah, I was out of town. Um, I went to this Christian youth camp and served as a team leader, camp leader, and served on the music team as usual. I'm one of the church's musicians, so I get you. It's bad. Move on. I'm going to continue to vape. You're not going to change my mind. See how if I were to tell you anything and you wouldn't listen? Same thing here, dude. No. No. You can die of you, vape. Well, I guess we'll see if I die or not. Well, on the way back, I got a message from the guitar player that's right here. I'm doing the weatherman stuff. How old are you, Jonathan? you know, you like you've got like little kid vibes. Like very young little kid vibes. You know, you're like talking to me like I don't know this stuff. But we might be jamming. This dude won't make it. He's his scheduling didn't work out. He's gonna make it next Sunday. But I'm thinking that the other guys will. 14. I don't believe that. You're acting younger than 14. Unless you're 14 and like pretty dumb. Yeah, that's too bad. Stray kids. Yeah. So what are you up to today, Fulio? Playing any bass? Not sure who that is. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of questioning that too. Oh, so is it a band or a show? Drums, bass, two guitars. Are you talking about this situation? Is, what's going on here? uh, yeah, this situation as of now is me on bass. We have two guitar players and a drummer. We're um, kind of looking for a singer, you know. Um, uh, as weird as it sounds, we kind of let not much might jam some. Are are you like behind in the conversation or something, Fulio? What is fucking happening here? But like I was saying, um, we're kind of looking for a singer, you know. Um, how we're gonna look, but we're also gonna kind of let that happen organically, if that makes any sense. Um, you know, in my previous bands, we have, you know, looked for people and looked for people and tried people out and tried people out. And what are you responding to, Folio? Wow. Yeah, I think you're like there's a delay or something going on. Maybe like leave the stream and come back, and maybe it will update and you'll be current or something. It seems like you're like a minute or two behind. Well, um, uh, we we have you know, searched for um singers in our previous band and tried people out and stuff like that, and we end up hooking up with people that just aren't very good. You know, they do a lot of talking, and when they actually get in the room, they they're either like blown away, and they don't even want to touch the mic. You know, we've had that happen a couple times. It's like, okay, man, you want to try and sing? And oh, I just want to like hear the songs, you know, a little bit, and then they just never come back. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like they were kind of hoping that they could hook up with, basically thinking that maybe we were kind of full of shit too, you know, and you know, they wanted to jam with people like on their level or something, like people that are like their friends or whatever. And I remember a couple situations that were like that, and they never even grabbed the mic, you know. And and then there's other times when you get somebody that, you know, talks all kinds of stuff and they show up and they can't uh you know, they might have like an all right scream or whatever, but they can't sing. And that's what they want to do, is sing, you know, but they can't hold notes, you know, and they're constantly off key. And it's That's annoying. And and another so what we've done before is after just going through all that bullshit is we just started going to like the local shows, you know, guys that were in bands actively jamming, playing shows, and you know, sometimes we'd run into guys at shows that we were playing. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the people that come to those types of shows are they do that stuff because they're interested in music. They also jam and stuff, and or we would just not be jamming and just go to the shows. Mm-hmm. And what we would do is we would find a guy in a band that was obviously just much better than the band he was in. You know, we got a drummer that way. Yeah, it's really hard, you know. And sometimes you can find a good singer, but he's just you know, he's got some issue. And so we went to this one show, and you know, the band was decent, but the singer was really pretty good, right? And so we approached him and we were like, "Hey, so are you happy with this band?" You know, and it was like, you know, they're my friends and stuff. I've known them for a long time, but they well, we're not kind of stealing them, right? I'm sure the band thinks so, but these guys aren't happy where they're at. You know what I'm saying? These guys are looking to leave, right? So, um, you know, so basically it's kind of like a situation where it's like, well, hey, we think you sound pretty good. We think the band that you're in doesn't. Here's our card. We don't actually have a card or anything like that, but it's something like that. You know, so we just exchange information and give us a call. Come and check us out. And if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, you're not. You know, and we got our singer and our drummer that way for the previous band. And the one guy, the drummer, he left his band because the guys in it were like kind of like drug addicts and alcoholics, right? And we partied and stuff, but like we weren't like missing practice or flaking out, or you know, we were functional, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, they could be, you know, but we also had a pretty rigorous practice schedule back then. You know, we practiced 3 days a week, and uh, you know, some people do it. Some people practice every night, you know, because they're in 7 bands and you know whatever. But a lot of people can't do that, you know, because they don't work at McDonald's or you know live with their parents and you know work part time, you know, and they've whatever. You know, we all had good jobs and you know, so we were pretty maxed, you know, but we were practicing a lot, you know, because we were perfectionists. And then there were shows, so practicing 3 days a week and then shows on the weekend, you know. But so, anyways, yeah, the drummer he left his band for like alcohol and drugs. That was like their issue, and our singer left that band because he just felt he could do better. Um, even though they were, you know, good friends and stuff, and you know, that creates animosity. You know what I'm saying? Because since they're local musicians, these guys keep coming to the local shows and stuff like that. And even big shows, like say you go down Seattle or whatever, you run into these guys, after you've taken their dude. And, um, they don't ever really come. Some of the guys, they understand and, they'll come up and talk to you. And, like I'm still friends with some of the guys that were in the drummers band. You know what I'm saying? Like we're totally cool. But, no, I mean, I can, but I don't, um, sing. Um, but some of the other guys, they just, they just kind of scowl. They're, they they're they just kind of get pissed and stay pissed, and you know, I've done backups. Yeah, I've done backups before, but I was never, I never practiced that. You know what I'm saying? I was always just a bass player, and that's all I ever did. So it's not something that I'm fluid at. I would like to get better at it, and I just need to practice playing and singing. But yeah, I can do backups. As long as it's nothing crazy. That's pretty easy. Yeah, playing with the church. um, for a little while, that was all the jamming I was doing. Until I found Joey, our drummer. You know, I probably told you this, but um, I went outside one day and I heard drums, and through the process of elimination, if you will, I just kind of figured out, it's got to be the guy that lives in this house that's playing the drums. And one day I saw him out in his yard, and I was like, "Hey, are you the guy playing drums?" And he was just like, "Oh, you could hear me, man. I'm sorry." I was like, "No, no, no, no. I want to jam with you. I'm a bass player." And he was just like, "Oh, you play bass? Okay." Uh, and then he started. You could see that he was like kind of worried about bringing his drums over, and I was like, "Yeah, I've already got a drum set over here. Don't worry about it. You know, just come over and we'll jam. Let's have some fun." And he did that like 4 times, and he was like, "You mind if I bring my drums over?" It's like, dude, do it. You know, oh, will they be safe? It's like, yeah, I keep my shit in here. You know, I hope you got it safe. I'm not gonna steal your shit. And that's you know that's how that happened. But yeah, I was playing with my church for a few years. Before I met Joey. And before I started jamming with the church, there was a long break. You know, I mean, I'd still bust the bass out and play a little bit every once in a while, but um, I just I'm just glad to be playing in a band again. It's not the same to be as playing at home by yourself. You bust it out, you maybe learn a song or whatever, and you're like, okay, that was fun and alone. Um, you know, there's just something about playing with a group that makes it rad. You know, even if you're not gonna eventually do anything with the music, it's just cool to do that. Jam with people. I didn't vape all weekend, man. Trying to make up for it, even though it's bad. What a squid. I bet you that kid was fucking 9. 9 or 10 years old. If he was 14, he'd have an interest in it. You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, ooh, vape. You know, unless he's just a total puss. Oh, yeah. If you got a good drummer, you don't have to like be playing with, you don't have to play in like trying to anticipate where things are going to go. You know what I'm saying? You can just go and you can just play, you know, and you don't have to worry about the shifting seas. you know you know and I've played with really really good drummers, the guys that are into all the frilly stuff, and you know I don't really care about all the flash. I care about right. um I've played with the busy guys, the guys that play real busy, solid. It's in time and everything. But I like the guys that stay into the pocket, and they they save all that flash for, they use it tastefully. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, that's what I like. You know, if you're like that all the time, it nothing stands out and is special, for lack of a better word. You know, and there's a lot of people out there that can get judgmental and think that he's not doing these things because he can't, or he's not good. It's like, go to one of those shows and let the drum solo portion come out. You'll realize this dude smokes. He's drumming the way he drums on purpose. He knows his place. He doesn't have anything to prove. It makes me think of like Primus. You know what I'm saying? The guy's undoubtedly a badass. You know, and they do write songs that are hard to play and everything, but the dude will also write like a really simple song that's rad. You know, and let the drums and everything else you know be the flavor. You know, and welcome back, Fulio. I'm glad we're on the same page now. Yeah, I was tripping, man. I was like reading what you were writing, and it was like it wasn't making sense. And then it finally clicked. I was like, no, he's like answering questions that I'm talking about like a while ago. That's the only thing that can be fucking happening right now. It was tripping me out. Okay. Yeah, I normally time people out when I'm a mod. Um, blocking people is uh you know, it's a thing, I guess, but what the fuck? Damn it. My main mix knob got moved all the way down. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Look at this bullshit. No. No. I mean, all those are down because they're supposed to be, but no. I'm going to figure out where the hell that went. Probably me. I probably, was cleaning up here or something. I don't know. It's not a big deal. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. What you don't play is just as important as what you do, No, it wasn't Joey. I'm almost I did that. I know I did. What I did is I took this fucking brush and I swept off some of the stuff. There's nothing like from somebody's here. Bam! What's going on, man? I was talking to a few people here.
Going live?
Yeah. But yeah, no, I did it. So.
No Joey?
Not yet. I haven't heard from him.
He texted after I left my house saying, shoot for next Sunday. Sounded like he's not going to come.
Joey?
Yeah.
I didn't hear from Joey.
He sent it to the group.
Really? I didn't see that shit. I didn't get a message. Let me see it. I thought that was Mike. Mike sent one. And then Joey.
Yeah.
Let me see.
This is the number I don't have in my phone. The last one.
Let's try for next Sunday, yeah. Also, he texted after I texted. Got a floaty in my damn mouth. I don't know what to say to that. You mind if I respond to him? All right. Gay penis, if you can't, because he's the one that last time we jammed. No, we didn't jam. He came over to help me with the sound. He was like, "So are we gonna jam? Are we gonna jam next Sunday?" I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be gone. I'll try and make it back in time." And he was like, "Okay," and he seemed disappointed. So I don't know. Maybe something came up. I don't know. Laugh out loud, Joey and Mike. Yeah, this is Jason right here. So, and yep, Joey and Mike. All right, well, we'll see. If not, it'll be me and Buck. So, this is what I played through this weekend. This is Matt's amp. Matt. He's a former pastor at our church. He's actually he's around our age.
That's what you call a guy with no arms and legs at your door.
Jason's got some jokes. Subbed viola. Okay, he can't. Do you get that? I couldn't read it, but I just saw that I just nodded something. Got tied up.
I'm sorry, I got tied up today.
Okay. We'll just tell him. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, fuck it.
How's it been going with Mike?
Um,
Has he been coming out every Sunday since I've been away?
he made it to 1 or 2. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But his amp sounds good.
You like it?
Yeah, it sounds good. Better than, these guys. But that's really no surprise. He didn't run his effects through it. He just had distortion. It's a little weird. It's got like hieroglyphs for indicators. It's like a speaker and like I don't know, like a hand or whatever. There's weird
Yeah.
markings.
A square wave for distortion.
Right. Right. But yeah. I mean, he put some money out into that shit. It's nice gear. So we got number 2, number 3, number 4, and 19 pretty much down, and we just kind of ran through those, and I was like, to be honest with you, the rest of them, I think Buck needs to be here to work on those. I was like, the other one's Jason's song, and then we got the ish, and Jason's favorite, and number 6, and we almost were gonna work on that, but I was like, but that's got that weird stuff at the end. So I just said, you know what? Why don't we just keep running through these guys and get you tightened up on these, and he was gonna try and come another one. That's right, he didn't come. He only came one. He was like, well, next time, maybe we can get one more song down before Jason gets back. And how did that go? Your trip?
Oh, it was fine.
Fine.
Just hanging out with my dad.
How's right? How is he?
Not good. Worse since last time I was there.
Right. Well, that means he's probably worse since I've seen him.
Oh yeah. When did you see him?
At
our wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could at least walk then.
Oh, he can't anymore.
He can walk, but he needs to be guided.
Okay.
He doesn't know where he's going.
Okay. Yeah, that's tough. Those diseases, the ones that destroy the brain, it's a slow process, and eventually does he still know who you are?
Yeah, but he forgets my name.
Sure. Okay. So he recognizes your face still. Okay, but he forgets your name. What's going to come next is he'll recognize your face, but it'll confuse who you are. Sometimes he can think that you're his dad. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
Or whatever. Whatever, and because of that, he can start trying to have conversations that are unresolved from its past. You know what I'm saying? And like say he's got some chip on his shoulder with his dad that never got resolved, and now he's going to have it with you. Because you're his dad, right? And
yeah, he's not going to be able to do that though because he can't talk very well.
right, sounds like it's pretty progressing pretty quickly then.
Yeah.
Um,
He broke his leg last year, and obviously had to have surgery for that, and they obviously put him out. And I guess that's real bad for dementia patients being put out.
like anesthesia, yeah.
So his condition worsened a lot after that.
Yeah. It's like they're in some sort of state, they get put out, and they come back, and they're just instantly worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. And you're helpless when you're going through that. You just gotta watch.
Yeah. That's fucking pretty terrible.
Yeah. That's a bummer, dude.
Yeah. So I gotta just bounce over there as much as I can.
Right. That's understandable. It's too bad that he's not, just up the road.
Yeah. I know, right? He's across the fucking country.
Right. Like, completely.
Yeah. About as far away as you can get.
Right. Oregon or whatever would be, a little bit more convenient if you want to, whatever. But, we're Washington to Florida. How long's the flight?
Well, there's never a direct flight, so it's anywhere from 8 to 12 hours.
Really? Jeez.
Never 8. It's always more than that.
So 10
the
to
last
12.
one, it was coming back. It was 2 hours to Kansas City, plus a 3-hour layover, plus 3 hours.
Always got to go to Kansas.
It's usually through Atlanta or somewhere in Texas.
Texas has got it's got a different kind of hot down there, don't it?
In Florida?
Texas. Florida's like it's
fucking hot.
Yeah,
It's 100 degrees and humid.
Right, but
you can't even go outside.
Right. Well, I've been outside in Florida and I've walked around and I've spent hours in it. Because of like Disney World and shit. Just walking. But I remember one time we went to a airport in Texas, and the plane lands, and we get out of the plane on the runway, right? And we have to like walk to the fucking airport, and it was like getting off the plane, and that heat like punched us in the fucking face. You know what I'm saying? It's very different than Florida. It's like a dry heat, It's like you just feel like it's going to turn you into a chip, in no time. Whereas like in Florida, you get wet, standing in it. It's like, the sweat that you sweat in Texas is like, it's different. All right. Sorry, guys. Buck just got here, so. No, I don't smell bad. I actually smell pretty damn good. All right. Well, since you're here, let's set up your guitar tone. The fuck. No drums today. Joey got tied up. That's how he put it. He's been tied up. I'm hooking up the interface here. I got you guys plugged in, so you guys are gonna lose audio in a moment, momentarily. Oh man. check. Checkity check, 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 checkity check, check, China chicken. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right, you hear me. That's good. Do you hear it when I'm going to tap on the phone? You need to let me know if you hear that. If that's the case, this isn't working. It's still going through the phone. So I'm going to tap on it. Let me know if you hear the taps. Okay, cool. So we are connected there. I'm going to put the headphones in real quick and get the levels on the guitar and the bass so it doesn't sound like poopy dick.
Okay. Check, check, check. I'm going to turn this down a little bit because I want to. Check, 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 check. China. Chicken. Hello. Okay, I'm just going to leave this mic on. So if it all of a sudden sounds like shit, it's this mic's fault. Actually, I'm just going to unplug this damn thing. I can do that. That'll be my mute.
as you can probably tell, we're out of practice. But it's okay. I'm sure you guys all understand. Bam! Back at it. I'm actually really tired too. As I'm sure you could tell by looking at my face.
Wham! Yep. Hey, what's going on? What's been going on in here? Gotta go back to back up. Scotland, cool, blah blah blah. Nope, no. Guitar soft. Poopy dick, not just a gay thing. That's I've heard stories. Most of what I've seen hello. I've read some of most of the stuff. Alright, so, what's up, Come of God? Yeah, no drummer today. Joey couldn't make it. So, Buck showed up, and then we were told, bam! By Joey that he couldn't come. So, we just, ran through a couple, and, it's just not the same, you know. So I think we're going to go get some McGee and get Fatty McGee. We're thinking Mexican. Y'all think that's a good idea? Eat some Mexican food. I love it. So, Lord Croc is in here. Maybe you have heard of him. Yeah, Fulio, he came in. He said, "What's up?" Yeah, good to see you, man. Ish. It's been a minute. This weekend kicked my ass, man. A lot of running around with a bunch of high energy, crazy assholes. Ish, you know, I don't actually see you. You know what I'm saying? You see me. That's what I mean. You know. It's good to see you, Ish. But I'm glad to be home. I can vape again. I've been having to use these Zens the whole time I was gone. You know, there's a few people there that know I do that stuff, you know, because it is a Christian thing. And some of the people are like, oh my God, he's Zen. He's a Zenner. And other people are like, you know, I'm an ex-heroin addict. I don't care about Zen, you know. Okay, yeah, send me a pic. Send the Discord a pic so we can all see you. Yeah. Jesus saves us from Zen. Oh, I got Jason's he's all about making fun of the community also. So I'm going to show him the conversations that y'all were having while I was at camp. They were freaking hilarious, dude. And I know he's gonna fucking. I almost just like took a copied the picture and sent a few of them to him because I knew he would just want to laugh his ass off. Like that's like the type of shit that we would send each other. You know what I'm saying? It's really kind of cool that our group is yeah, that stuff. You know, we all got the same sense of humor like that. It's pretty funny. You're actually on Discord, so I should add you to it so you can see some of the shit these guys fucking post. It's like, you know how you can have like private conversations or like group conversations and shit on Discord, yeah. Or do you even use it much? Okay. Well, like Lord Croc here has his own group, you know, and it's basically everybody that comes by here and a couple other people, right? And it's just a bunch of fucking anti-gay shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's also like we're all calling each other fags and shit, you know. It's pretty hilarious, dude. And but I won't tell you about any of the stuff, so I can just show it to you and keep it crisp, you know, the comedy. And because some of these pictures are just so funny, dude. There's no like dicks or anything like that, but it's just it's hilarious, dude. Yeah, right. Like he says, it's not strictly anti-gay stuff. You know, we actually did have conversations, but you know, yeah. Hey, what's up, Kumar? Yeah, I think we are done here, and we're gonna go get some grub'em, and I'll probably come back on when we're done, and hang out, you know, for a minute or 6 hours, and you know, catch up with what's been going on. But last night for we hung out until almost 3 a.m. Wow. Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't see it till well, we didn't really jam. Like, as you can see, Joey's not here. You know, Buck showed up, and then he told me that Joey's not coming because I missed the message. I was driving. And yeah. And yeah, well, who are you talking about? You talking about this guy? Yeah, I know him. He's my friend, and Croc's my friend too. Yeah, he's in the band, you know. Unless you think I just found some stranger who happens to know our songs. Well, you probably showed up after we were done playing, but yeah. Anyway, so we were jamming a little bit. We ran through 4 of them, and we were like, "This is it's just not the same without drums." But but yeah, that's my buddy Jason. I've known him for a long ass time. Yeah, hold on a second. A huge gay? Jason looks like a huge gay. You mean guy or a gay dude? I'm guessing you mean gay. Yeah, Jason's a big guy, but he's not a big gay. A gay guy. No. Me and Buck are actually about the same size, but I think I'm a little more barrel chested than he is, but I'm not really sure. But he's in great shape though. How tall are you, Buck? You like 6'2". Yeah, we're the same size. In fact, we had this singer back in the day that after he joined the band, he started working out a whole bunch, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm hitting the gym, blah blah." And we were like, "Oh, you're hitting the gym? That's cool, And he was like, "Well, I just felt like I needed to because I'm surrounded by YouTube big motherfuckers, and I feel so small." And he wasn't even a small guy, really. Can I play some music? We just did. You missed it. But a week from today, we will. We're done. I'm tired. Look at this. You see this? Tired. Are you seriously 5'9"? That's like an inch taller than fucking Tom Cruise, man. Wow. Okay. Whatever, if you are, you are, But I didn't realize that. No, it's not bad, He's from the United States. All right, I'm going to unplug this stuff so I can talk to you like that now, not have to use the microphone anymore. See how it's not doing anything? Yeah, there you go. See, man, hey, hello. Hello. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's not doing anything. Okay. I'm about ready to cut these corners off, man. Because they're gay. Bud Light? What? Training fluid? Is that a bass player guy?
Might be. I don't know how I just ran into this guitar player. I don't know. Got called out for ripping somebody off.
Oh, yeah. Well, what's his name? He's a bass player. Yeah, no, he is a bass player.
He's a bass player.
Yeah, he's actually good, even though he's a goofball. Jim Gaffigan. Was it you that compared me to Jim Gaffigan? I've heard that. I've been compared to Jim Gaffigan. All kinds of people on this fucking shit. The most recent one was Chris from Family Guy. Here, you need to go outside. You can see your ears. There you go. Same voice and almost a doppelganger to Gaffigan. That guy's a fucking ginger, dude. And he's bald and shit. Ain't he? Let me look him up. And we'll do a side by side. I know who he is. He's that hot pocket fucking dude. I think he's just kind of a dumb shit. Jim Gaffigan. Alright, so we're going to flip around here. That guy. This guy. I don't know. I'm not seeing what y'all are seeing. Magic. It's a bad pick. Same personality and voice. Well, let's look up images. Okay, how about this one? A little more recent. Okay. Okay, there we go. This guy. And this guy. This guy. This guy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see her. So.
Standards. Some of you may not like some of the people that I've had on here, but I respect the musicians that I've had on, even if it's not of your taste. And when somebody comes in here and they can't play their own songs, or they can't even play stuff that they've stolen from other people, although I think the thing that he played here was his own tune. I don't know. A lot of mixing I've seen Adam-PNW's video entitled "The Ethics of Fake Guitar."
Okay, I'll check it out. Check it out. Earlier, Viola was in here. I'm guessing she's not anymore. But she kicked somebody out for 24 hours. Somebody that claimed they were 14. I'm guessing 10, 9, 10, you know, would not drop that vaping was bad. She scares you, huh? Why? She's crazy and she scares you? Huh? What'd she do? That made you think that. She's possessed by a devil. When she started talking about like pulling out people's, she's a banshee. A banshee and a succubus.
created mildly offensive names, occasionally playing bass. But this is a video that I really want to be
I wouldn't worry about it. She's over there, dude. How long have I been live? I don't know. Be a mod for the Discord. That's a thing. Yeah, I've been live for 32 years. You saw me on this morning? That wasn't me. I just, I went live, 11-ish. Yeah, it's possible. I went live earlier, and then things kind of got janked, and I had to restart. Yeah, it's around 11-ish. That's when I got home. Yeah, he thinks that, what do you think? That you scare him a bit. I think he's been having some dreams. Oh, Fulio's back. Fucking fireworks, like bouncing off the window. How come you guys can see who's here, who's there, and I can't? I can't see who's there. Hello. Oh, you're not talking to me. I'm sorry. I apologize. Buck's over there watching some videos. Yeah, we decided to nip it. You know, call it quits for the day on the jam-em. Because there's no drums, and it's just not the same. Plus, I'm tired as shit, and I want to eat something. You should like you could belt out some else. You should like you could belt out some else songs. I don't know. Oh, I sound. Well, like, and like if there's people here, you know, that like aren't talking, you know, I don't know, like I don't see their names or whatever, you know. Tap the 3 dots. I don't have 3 dots. Not on my end, dude. Yeah, the three dots aren't at the top right. Let me see. I can do, maybe this will work. No, I doubt that's even no, that's just whoever's commented. Yeah, if I do like the top fans thing, you know, I've got like this little crown that says top fans. I can see who's commented. Need a nap? Nap time? Okay. Anyway, what is this about? It's about everything. Everything you've ever wanted can be found right here. Yeah, yeah, we're a band, and that's our old band, Under the Given. Bam! And we had merch.
You ready?
Yeah. Right. I'll bring you along with. How's that sound?
You gonna go live Mexico Cafe?
No, I'm just I'm not ready to get off yet. A genre of metal. There's many, but we're not the typical metal band. What we play is categorized as, I like to call it sludge, I guess. Kind of a cross between doom and stoner. We're stoner metal. You ready to go in the house, Rock Dog? I think I hung my keys up in the house. The fattest of riffage. Yeah, he's been in Florida too, so he's rusty. Okay, we're going this way. Come on. You driving? Let me put some shit in the house. Rox! Hey! Hey, she might jump on the car, so come on, let's go. Okay, well thanks for subbing, dude. I dig it. You just joined the elite group of nonsense. Okay. So if I can bring these, I can leave that. All right, you get big lurps, Rock Dog. Drink your water. Got my wallet, got my keys. Leaving the dog. You stay. You be a good girl. Okay? Just another guitarist. Okay, I'll check that out. Now, just like last time, we're gonna disconnect, leaving the house, because it's gonna disconnect from the Wi-Fi here, but it will reconnect. Bam! And we're in Jason's Prius. Watch out for these fucking squids. What are you looking at, kid? Piece of shit, dude. You fucking child. Oh, it's cloudy here. Yeah, here, I'll flip you around. This is typical, man. To be honest with you. If you like this, you'll like it. But yeah, we're not going far, so I'm gonna hop off here so I'm not, like some stupid ass streamer streaming in public. Yeah, if you can just enter my code, you'll get a discount on Meow Meow. Here with my bestie.
Link in the comments, swipe up.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Your boy Adam.
Yeah, it's your boy Fam. It's your boy Adam Fam. Alright, I'll see you guys.